Hello, and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2014, the 4x4 DLC add-on thingy. Yes, that's right. Okay, last time out, we had finished replacing worn-out parts on this vehicle. So let's see who's next through the door. Okay, and the door slides back to reveal a yellow 4x4 vehicle. Repair or replace worn-out parts again. I hear loud noises when I drive. The noises get louder when I speed up. I cannot tell from which side they come. 9 grand. So, some sort of suspension-y wheel type problem, one assumes, from my fantastic knowledge of motoring. So, what's this in here? Path test. Well, that sounds like a good thing to do. Let's do a path test. Woo! Never bother using these diagnostic things, but it should help show up the condition of the vehicles. Yes, I was pressing hold brake, I thought. Oh, there we go. I think I pressed and hold brake before it asked me to. That was the problem. Okay. So the suspension test, I guess, is where we'd see something if I knew what these rules meant. Jiggle jiggle. Okay, there's a little bit of diff there. I'm not sure it really amounts to much, but anyway. So hopefully the idea is that this will then mean that when I look at the car in the garage, it will show its condition, the condition of its various parts much more clearly. I guess the proof will be in the pudding, or the eating, or however you want to end that simile. Okay, so let's carry on now and examine the vehicle. Let's remove the wheels. Nice and slowly, because you don't do it too quick. And that wheel is fine, but you can see in here the suspension looks a little bit knackered. Oh, look at that, it's a drive shaft issue. Can I examine the condition of it from here? No, I don't understand how to use that properly. It seems random at best. Okay, well these brake system all seems fine. 61%, 76%, 73%. 61%, so that's all fine. Alright, let's put the wheel back on. Oh no, hang on. I'm not sure if we might need the wheel off. If we need to get to this, we might need to take the axles off. I'm going to go right ahead and assume that's what needs doing. So, let's remove these wheels. Oh man, I missed my speeded up bolting. Maybe after this job I can afford some... maybe I can afford some upgrades, who knows. Right, these bits all seem fine as well. You know, not pristine, but good enough. Oh, wow. At first I didn't really notice the speed of the bolting being that different from when I had it all leveled up in the previous set of invoices, but I am really feeling it now. It just feels so slow. It's quite expensive to upgrade as well, so I might have to wait for a while to make sure that I've got a decent kitty in case one of these jobs goes wrong and I spend too much cash. It's me always thinking ahead. I never normally think ahead. Right, anyway. Okay. Just looks a little bit unsteady sat on 4 blocks of bricks, but yeah, because they don't really key into the structure at all, do they? Anyway. Alright. So let's see how I get... Oh, I do need to remove the suspension. Oh, I can remove it from here. That's cool. Whoops. Oh, I need to remove the spring first. I've had to do this before. I'm not really used to these 4x4 chassis yet. They're a little bit different to the normal cars. The mundanes. The muggles? What are they called? Muggles. Oh, but the exhaust goes over it though. That's interesting. I hadn't noticed that before. In the mundane car, you'd have to remove the exhaust before you could get to the drive shaft. Oh, that's the drive shaft. Oh. Can I take it off? Oh, I can. 73%, that's fine anyway. Okay, so have we removed all that we need? Oh no, there's some... This whole clutchy bit looks a bit rubbish. Oh, I have to take all this off first. Alright, so the springs are fine. I didn't really notice the back ones, I have to say. Can I not take that off? Oh, I can. And the suspension is okay too, so... Oh, spot that. Okay, right, so let's remove the front axle. After we unscrew it, of course. So, the front axle is fine. Oh, okay. That's knackered there, however. And that looks pretty knackered, but I've disconnected everything from it now. So it looks like I need to drop it back down, and then I can take off the gearbox. Okay. Alright, oh, your battery looks a little bit nasty. How nasty is it? Not too nasty, actually. Okay, so this all looks a little bit different. It's like it's turned around a bit. So, how do we get this off? Oh, is there a starter motor affixed to it somewhere? No, I'm in the wrong mode. Okay. Oh, there is a starter motor affixed to it. There we go. Alright, now I can finally take off the gearbox, which is on 11%. These bolts just seem extra long these days. Alright, so that's a piece of work, so presumably, well, these don't look too bad, but... Oh, 71%. So just the outside of the clutch was problematic, seems a bit strange. Well, let's find out. So, 67%, this all looks fine. 79%. Okay. Okay, so far we need to replace the gearbox itself, but not the clutch, I guess. Hadn't really thought about it like that. Right, okay, front drive shaft off-road, yes. Off the gearbox, yes, awesome. £2,000 for that. Oh, I can change all. I don't need to fix these bits. I assume that I don't know if there's more off to the right that I can't see. It's a little bit annoying. I assume that they're all sorted by level of condition though, so that the worst ones were at the start. Alright, so now it's kind of the same in reverse, so stick ourselves on assemble. Right, oh, I forgot to put the oh no. I'm not in assemble mode. Why? What? Whoa. Okay. But anyway, I forgot to put this bearing on. Shiny new gearbox makes the rest of the engine look even worse. Let's reach around. Awesome. Right, so various crankshafts and things have to go back on. Gear rods and gear rods. No, not gear rods. What am I talking about? Just driving rods. So there's obviously two. I'm not very au fait with all this stuff. So there's two sets of crankshafts or something, or drive shafts, or I don't know. There has to be a drive shaft to each axle. I just haven't really thought about it, I suppose. La la la. Rear drive shaft and then rear axle. I can put this on having clicked on the front of the car. Usually it makes you go and back out and click on the back of the car to deal with stuff at the back. And then the suspension gets mounted back on. Yeah, I guess. not front and back, they're all the same, and have a spring, and the same over there. Yeah, that'll do. That one. And the spring. Okay, now I think that's all of the back. Then I will back out just to make it easier to... Oh, click straight back on at the front. And find the axle. Where's the axle? Oh, I've already put it on. Awesome. Alright. Absorber and spring. And... Oops. Absorber. And the spring. Now, what I almost forgot, which I often forget when I'm dealing with the gearbox, is the starter motor. So let's pop him back on. Yeah, the starter. I have to do it from... I have to do it with the vehicle on the ground. Oops. Missed the button. Right, there we go. It's easy to forget. There it is. Oops. There we go. Alright. So, assuming that was the main problem with the gearbox, I mean, that they were almost done. So just put the wheels back on. Yeah, whichever one you like. Whoosh. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright. Whoop, 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 whoop. Sound like, I forget his name now. Zoidberg off of, Farscape. Not Farscape, good grief. Completely different sort of show. Right. Come on, there we go. Should be easy to click on those wheels, really. Let's see how much money we get after this and buy some upgrades. Crikey. I'm assuming this DLC is shorter than the main story mode, I keep wanting to call it. It wasn't really a story as such. But we have plenty of money to do upgrades in that, so I'm wondering if this is shorter. I think it only is like 40 odd invoices, whether it'll give us enough time. Okay, no more parts to assemble. Let's put the boot down, give it a little wipe over to get rid of all the greasy marks, and let's examine the invoice. Was that good enough? It was good enough. And I'm happy to remove on. Awesome. Alright, so how much money have we got? Let's check for updates. Upgrades. I've got... Oh, it looked like it said 12 grand that was coming in, but 9 grand my account balance. That's definitely enough money to buy some learning. Faster unbolting, yes please. 500. And then for 1,000. 1,500 now. And I quite like having some of this on as well. The extras. I wish I could move the... It's not like a real computer. Right, okay, that'll do. How much are we down to now? 4.5 grand, that's plenty, but I want to keep a decent kitty just in case something goes terribly awry. Alright, so there we go. That was Invoice 3. No, Invoice 4, I believe. There we are, I believe. There it is, look, 4. Sorted. So come back next time and we'll see what's next. Hopefully more 4x4 stuff. It's nice that it's slightly different. Bye.